meters into that.
The soil samples, if you take a soil sample anywhere on the planet, goes normally down about 0.6, I might be wrong on the figures here, about 0.6 micrograms to 100 grams of iron filings or magnetic dust falling from space. When we take control samples from outside the formations, we get that kind of reading, about 0.6, but inside formations it's over 100 times that. And the iron metal filings have arranged themselves into small spherical balls. They're kind of congealed. And they tend to be distributed from the centre out in a way that's, another scientist called Joe Hasselhoff has worked out, if you have a light bulb above, you can do the physics and work out the spread of light and the intensity of light, and the distribution of these magnetic particles is exactly the same as if some light was being hit from above. There are many physiological and psychological effects of people, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people who've been in. A lady called Lucy Pringle, who's been a researcher for a number of years, goes and does a scientific day every year, and they've checked people's blood pressure and thyroid levels and a number of things prior to going into a crop circle, and then when they've come out they've done some checks again. And one of the really curious facts is that we found that women predominantly experience a 40% decrease in thyroid levels for about an hour and a half or 2 hours after they've been into the formation, and we just don't know what's going on. But that's something that's, doctors come out and they sit and rent out a barn and do these tests on people, and this is something that we've found. Many other people I take to crop circles, in my role as a tour guide. It's funny, it's one of those intangible subjective things, but various people get affected in different ways, and I get the opportunity to monitor that by different people's reactions. Some people have, I can only suggest, cathartic experiences. They really feel that something's taking place to them. Others get emotional releases, some get joy and elation, some people quite often get sick, headaches, dizziness, nausea. One of the tests we normally do is blood flow in your hands. I've got this on video, although I don't have it with me today. I get them to hold their hands out, normally over a centrepiece where it's swirled, and you can see the blood distribution in your hands is fairly even. And as you lower your hands down to the ground, you watch the blood drain from your hands, and all these white dots appear. It quite freaks a lot of people out actually, but there's something radiating from the plants which affects the microcirculation. And interestingly, I've done a lot of Tai Chi. When you get into doing Qigong and Tai Chi, the same thing happens to your fingers. Don't know why. The other thing is architects and civil engineers reports. We've consulted, as I say, I work very closely with Professor Clip10, and we've spoken to other civil engineers and basically said to them, okay, there's a formation, we'd like you to draw that for us please on chalk, on a car park, on flat ground, how long will you take?